Hey Fab Gals, today I have a special treat for you. I am here in the studio with Sandra, my friend Sandra from Boostwear, and together we are going to give you our top tips on how to downsize your bust. Now clearly I, am a little bit less blessed than Sandra is, so wait up for these tips. You're going to want to check them out. If you're new to my channel, or even if you're not, if you're coming back, welcome. I'm Tracy Gold, and it's my absolute passion to bring you fashion tips that make you look and feel fabulous. And Sandra, you have to tell us about you.
Well, thank you for having me, Tracy. It's a treat. And welcome, ladies, or beauties, all of them.
Yes.
I'm the founder of Boostwear, a sleepwear line that gives you support while you're sleeping and gives you a boost when you wake up. So who's my audience? Basically anyone with boobs, but mostly ones that just are a little fuller on top, but you're trim on the bottom, and those that need a lift from the moment you wake up.
Yes, I love that idea. So we're going to talk about that a little bit at the end of the video, but first up, we're going to talk about how to dress your boobs beautifully and make them, or should we say, bust. Have we said boobs already?
Yeah, we did, but you can't say it enough.
Okay, all right. So we're saying boobs in this video, so if anybody's offended, maybe don't watch. Okay, so we're really going to just talk about the basics. Let's start with the basics. I mean, Sandra, you and I have chatted before. What is your number one tip when you are starting to dress in the morning? Number one thing.
Invest in a good bra. That really just comes down to that. And I think what women think and want to believe, just like we think we're still a size 2 or a size 4, we still think we're the same breast size all our life. And ladies, that's just not reality. You really have to get fitted every year. Yes. That's something that I've been doing. I went from an A to a double D when I was 14, and wow. I've been a G, an H, a triple D, everything in between. I've been just really the whole gamut. And I could be 3 different bra sizes in a month.
Wow.
So really invest in a good bra, but really we all have to tackle the big question, and that is, how much do you spend for a bra? And in reality, they're just expensive, and that really is the reality. But you have to invest in the most important piece to enhance your wardrobe.
And Sandra, I just want to veto that, because although I'm small busted, I work with a lot of my clients, and I know a lot of you fab gals out there are fairly busty because I've heard your comments and we've had the discussions. But I've actually had clients where I've taken them shopping and their bra is so bad, we have to go get them a bra first, because they cannot see what clothing looks like on them, the right clothing looks like on them, because it's coming too much outside or it's not lifted enough. And also lifting your girls gives you more of a waist, which slims you instantly. And then also if it's giving you the support on the side, it really trims you down. I mean, do you mind me asking you what size you're wearing?
Well, why don't you first try to guess what size I'm wearing?
I would say around kind of a 32, possibly C, maybe D.
Well, actually, I'm a 32 double D, and at some companies, I'm a 32E. Yes.
Wow.
And that's another thing. Don't get afraid of the letter. It's just a letter. European companies have E, triple D. You could even be a 34 triple D. You know what? It doesn't matter. As long as it fits and it looks beautiful on you.
Yes.
And you hit it on the nose as far as what that bra really needs to do. I mean, think about it almost like bowling balls. How do you really think about it? That is heavy. And, I don't know about you, but that time of the month, I could be almost 5 pounds heavier on my breast. And I really need a good bra to fit me. And what most people don't know after designing Boostwear is that a good bra has 35 sewing elements.
Wow.
35.
Wow.
So there's a reason why it costs that much, and that you're not going to find it at Victoria's Secret or Target. That's just our reality.
Yeah. And the thing is, Sandra, if you get a really good bra, that's an investment, because you're starting with a really good bra, and then your clothing is going to look so much better. Speak to me a little bit about this online thing, because I'm a little bit skeptical about buying a bra online.
Well, yes, be skeptical. Be scared. Very scared. I always wonder what they do with the ones they return, but we won't talk about that.
Okay.
at the end, we just don't know how to really take our sizes. They say they have all these algorithms, but it's like anything. Where was it made? Was it made in China? Was it made in Honduras? Everybody cuts differently. Everybody sizes differently. And that's why you just have to go to the store. And basically your bra, ladies, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's going to change, especially after 40 and hormones start to kick in.
Yes.
It's going to change almost yearly.
Yes.
So you really need to get 1 or 2 bras every year. Look, I replace mine every year. Even though I hand wash them and I take really good care of them, they're going to stretch.
Yes.
And
I really want to just point on that, because I've actually seen, I saw a client of mine one time where the wire was completely bent of her bra because she was putting it in the washing machine. And I'm like, oh my, and even the way you dry it, definitely not a tumble dryer, but also to hang it, if you do hang it, to hang them equally. So hang it on a hanger or something, because if you're hanging from the strap, from the one end of the strap, and it's on your washing line, or it's going to stretch in a different way.
Absolutely.
That part is going to stretch more because the water's at the bottom. So there's a couple of those things. And also, when you are investing, Fab Girls, in a really good bra that's going to do the trick for you, you want to take good care of it.
You do. Look, I understand they're expensive. I'm very, very cognizant of that.
Yeah.
But think about it. You're wearing this every day.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not something that you're wearing occasionally. You're not wearing for a wedding. This is something that you wear every day, and it enhances what Tracy will do for you when she starts dressing you.
And I have to say, even for me, I don't buy bras that I buy good quality bras, and I find because I hand wash them, I actually can wear them for a very long time. And I'm not a big bust. So I think it's actually one of those.
But you're perky.
I am perky, but I also haven't breastfed, girls. So let's just be honest about that. I'm being upfront about that. I haven't had a reason for them to go further down. Anyway, I'm happy with them. It is.
But we're all envious of Tracy right now. If we all had to do it over again, we would not breastfeed.
I'm quite glad I didn't do that. Anyway, so that's another conversation. So, Sandra, now let's talk about the dressing. So I specifically asked you to wear a turtleneck, and you said, oh, I love turtlenecks, and it's fall, right? So it's pretty cold. It's getting cold. And now a lot of women are nervous about wearing turtlenecks. And as I've said to a lot of women, when you wear high necklines, if you're busty, you can look like you've got one big boob. You really can. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I wear high necklines, because it makes me look more busty. It's one of my little tricks I do all the time. But speak to me about, because this looks great. And speak to me about why this looks great.
Well, first of all, ladies, when something works, get 10 of them, because that's how many I have. Okay. It's a great layering piece. And I'm sure you know this, Tracy. The more you layer on someone that's busty, the bustier they look.
Yes.
Because they start to look bulky.
Yes.
So what I love to do is have a nice fitted turtleneck that I could start mix and matching with. So I mix it with sweaters, and whether it's a sweater vest, a jacket, you can even put a dress over it. There's so many fun things you can do, because black, really, let's face it, is New York neutral. Yes. That's our color. That's our go-to color.
Yes, it's one of my frustrations about New Yorkers. I have to say.
You'll never get us out of black. But as you can see, we coordinate quite well with the red.
We do. I didn't even intend this,
But this is actually my go-to all winter. I love it. First of all, it's snug. It keeps me warm. But it just always makes me look fabulous.
Okay. So why does it make you look fabulous? Because there's some key elements to this that really does work for you.
Well, most importantly, it's fitted, okay? I think we gravitate.
Girls, did you hear that? I'm not the only one that says that fitted clothing works better, right? So explain why.
Well, I know it's a taboo word for women who are busty. And look, I was in the same situation when I was younger. We all hide under big sweaters and turtlenecks, but it actually makes us look bigger.
Yes.
And actually makes you look like a moo-moo.
Yes, girls, it does. I'm glad you're saying that.
Okay.
And I also want to just say that one of the things that I notice about this top is that because it's fitted, you actually can see definition between your arm and your bust. And that's so important, because often we don't think of that. But if it's a baggy top, if it's going here and then you've got a bit of a baggy arm as well, then this is all one black mass. And it actually makes you look bigger.
I just learned something new.
You see, so it is about, that's why that's why the fit of the bra, especially on the side here, is also important because it actually holds you in. I mean, you can see on mine because I'm wearing red, but if girls, and I mean, if you're bigger, then if you're squished down and out, it's going to create more volume here. But if you're there and then you've got a fitted silhouette and a fitted arm, and don't be afraid of wearing fitted arms. There's a difference between fitted and tight. You're not talking like this kind of thing. You're talking fitted.
Right.
It has some shape, because I think a lot of women are nervous when as soon as I say fitted, they think I mean super tight, and that's not what I'm saying. It's really around getting that fitted silhouette.
No, definitely. And I'm all about the arms.
Yeah.
Especially if you have great arms, go for it. Show them.
Oh,
I think we're all at the stage, we all have our assets.
Yes. Yes.
So absolutely show them off.
Okay, so now I'm going to take this tip a little bit further. So now she's wearing a turtleneck, and you mentioned that it being black helps a lot because it just kind of downsizes your bust a little bit. So speak to me about that.
Right. So when you are wearing something fitted, I mean, white is not the first color I would choose. But even if you were to wear, let's say, a red or another neutral color, I would mix it with another color as well. Or you could do monotone color. So if you're going to, for example, if I were to wear a red top fitted, I would probably go all red. Okay. I do like monotone. It makes me look taller. I'm just petite also. So I'm busty and petite. Yeah. So I have both that going for me. But the black, I just feel already makes you look thinner. It's a magical color that way, but it's fitted and it's black. So automatically you look better.
Okay, so I want to just talk a little bit about that, because I'm so glad you mentioned that, because a lot of women think that just black is going to make them look slimmer. And while that can be true, and I do agree with this particular turtleneck, it's working, I also believe that wearing good color that suits your complexion can do the world for you. It really can highlight your complexion and make you look younger, because I find black can be very draining. And also, ladies, as we lose color in our hair and our face and our skin gets more, as we get older, that happens. Yeah. We find that wearing black is going to make you look even more darker. So I want to just try two little tricks that I have found works really well. And Sandra, you were saying that you're not comfortable wearing a color sweater, but I would recommend that women try both. But with these tips, I actually think that you can wear color, and I think that you can do it very effectively. But let's just try these and see if they work. Okay, so what I've done now is on top of her black turtleneck, I've put a coat dress. This is actually from my collection, and it has bits of burgundy and bits of green. So it's not too much color for her, right? I mean, Sandra,
it's beautiful.
It's not too much color. But it is a little bit of color. Now, what's important to see about this is that it actually cuts the expanse of her bust. And girls, you can do this. You can even do this with a bright color. So I love the idea of wearing a dark color turtleneck and then wearing a bright color over it, because that way you can really just slim your bust down. Also, what I want to point out is often girls, we're very nervous about closing it, especially if you're busty and if you have a small waist. You don't have to close it. You can actually just, you could button here. So just button one button as an example, okay? And leave that one open, which looks a lot better than trying to close it and then the buttons aren't working. So that's a tip, girls. When you are looking for a jacket, rather go for a jacket that is going to give you that definition and that waist definition and look absolutely fabulous on you and fit really well and just look like it can close, even if it can't properly close.
It's super comfortable and it's so flattering. But can we talk about this lapel for a minute?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I want to hear about that. What is your take on
that? I'm all about the lapels.
Oh, good.
And I am about the V-necks also.
Yes.
And I know you're a big fan.
Yes,
because
I
it
am.
absolutely it cuts you a little bit and gives you a beautiful silhouette. And it's flattering on almost any body type, but especially for the busty lady. The one that I really stay away from, and that's no for me, is a Chinese collar.
Yes, I have to agree with you. Because I think that what happens then is that it broadens this whole area.
Right.
It actually broadens your shoulders, it broadens your bust. There's too much fabric. Whereas the deep V neckline draws the eye down.
Absolutely. This is just, and it's so comfortable, and it's just, you really feel at ease at this.
Yes. So you see, this is a stretch fabric, girls, and this is one of the tips as well, and this is actually for any bust size or any body shape, is that when you're working with stretch fabrics and when you're wearing stretch fabrics, you can wear things more fitted and they're still super comfortable. Okay, so the next tip here, we're having such fun, girls. Okay, so the next tip here is
okay.
So you can put a wrap top, and wrap tops are super flattering. Wrap tops, wrap dresses, really amazing. You want to make sure that it really gives you enough wrap, so that's very important. A lot of women think wrap tops and dresses don't suit them because there's not enough wrap. Okay, and that is the key to getting the right. I mean, it has to have enough fabric. You don't want your bust popping out of it.
Right.
You want to feel like you're covered, but then you can layer it if you want to. And what I love about this is that you're putting the black underneath, okay, which completely downsizes your bust, all right? You're putting the pop of color on the top, which is really cool. But I'm not convinced that this is the right top for her. And I'll tell you why. If you just look at this, can you see how much extra fabric is there?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. So this is one of the things that I really want you girls to get. A lot of women are nervous about wearing pattern. But you see, if you wear pattern that's fitted, it makes a huge difference. And it disguises a multitude of things, and it can just shave off inches.
Right.
So I'm going to show you an alternative and see the difference, because to me this is just a little bit big for you.
Yeah, I feel a little frumpy in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, a pattern especially, that's also a tip, girls. If it's too big, always go down a size, because you can look very frumpy in pattern very easily. So let's try the smaller size. Okay, now this looks a lot better, right?
I feel so much better in this.
I mean, absolutely fabulous. And why do you feel better in this, Sandra?
Because I could just feel, it's just flattering and it's hugging me, but it's not tight.
Yes. And you're able to layer it. I mean, you've got quite a thick turtleneck underneath there, and yet it still is comfortable. But look, girls, can you see? Not so much extra fabric. So that's something to look for, is be aware, especially I think when you're busty. You know, we were talking about earlier, Sandra and I were talking about before the video, how important the armhole is.
Right.
Because if you're going for a bigger size and it's giving you a whole lot of extra fabric in there, it's not necessarily the best thing. It can sometimes be taken away. A tailor can sometimes take it away. But for me, I think this size just fits you so much better.
And I've also noticed where you put the seam for the shoulder, it's perfect. And that's what it has to be. Everything has to align properly on a bustier girl. Okay. Because if the seam was down here, like you said, it would draw the eye down.
Yes.
And it needs to all be a perfect package. Yes. And of course, the lapel.
Yes. So think about the collar as well, because the collar seems to be very important for you. And why is that?
It's just everything for me, because I guess, you know, look, I'm 53 and I figured it out. It took me 53 years, but I figured it out.
But she's looking great, right? 53, I mean, she's looking gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah.
But why, okay, but specifically, why do you feel that the collar is so good?
Because it opens it up and it draws the eye here on on my collar as opposed to here. You know, I'm just short-waisted. As you can see, Tracy tied it underneath, but I don't feel like my bust is what you're really focusing on. Yes. If I didn't have a collar and I had a crew neck all the way up to here, all you would see is bust. Yes. And for me, that's not, I mean, look, everybody has their thing, but for me, that's not my thing, you know?
And you see, also, I'm glad that you spoke about the fact that it's emphasizing the waist, because also, if your girls are hanging at the right level because you're wearing the right bra, we keep coming back to that,
right.
But if they are, you have more of a waist to define, and defining your waist is the secret to the universe of slim dressing. It truly is.
Absolutely
it makes
agree.
A huge difference.
Right.
And especially if you're wearing baggy things, you know, to try and cover up either boobs or tummy, you're actually ending up making it look bigger.
Right.
Okay. So now, Fab Gals, the very, very exciting part is she's going to tell us about her awesome sleepwear. Because, I mean, we want to feel fabulous walking around and being outside, but we also want to feel fabulous at nighttime and in the bedroom. Ooh. Looking fab. So tell me, Sandra, why is this so fabulous? Because, I mean, it looks good, but there's more to it than that.
This actually took 15 prototypes.
Wow.
Why did it take 15 prototypes, ladies? Because there are so many sewing elements. What you have in your bra is very similar to what you have in here, but it's not a bra.
Okay.
There is no underwire. And that in itself was a big feat to actually boost yourself up with no underwire. So there are a lot of wonderful sewing elements, but I want you to touch it because it's super soft.
Ooh.
So the whole point of the reason really why I made it is that our sleepwear right now has zero support. And
Yes.
if you really see
Yes.
lingerie ads, I mean, besides that they're 20 nothing, they're at best a B.
Yes.
You know, and there's a reason why a lot of very beautiful lingerie is photographed upside down or lying down. Because even on a young girl who is busty, when you lift your arms up, you're already lifted. But that's not reality. That's not how we sleep or how we wake up. We don't wake up that way.
Those ads are actually
No,
real. I mean,
exactly.
come on. Like, none of us look like that.
So what I basically addressed everything that was bothering me in my sleepwear. So
Okay.
when you're chesty, and also I have a more mature breast, so
Okay.
they drop. You know, everything that goes up must come down. Okay, to to say it very delicately.
You don't have to be so delicate. I mean, already we've done boobs, bowling balls. Have we mentioned watermelons?
We
haven't mentioned.
No, we haven't. But the girls, we'll just call them the girls.
The girls.
The girls.
I love the girls. I think the girls is a good term for us, right? I think. Let us know in the
girls.
comments below what's your favorite term for your girls.
So if you notice on the side, one of my breasts is lower than the other, so that when you're sleeping, you can just make it loose. It even has a hook and an eye, and you can tighten it or loosen it, however you want to sleep in it. It's supposed to be super comfortable. But the magic happens when you wake up. You give yourself a boost, and it's front adjusting, so you're not reaching all the way to the back.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's an amazing feature.
But you know, that's the wonderful thing, Sandra, about you being a woman designer, because, you know, you are a woman, you try it, you know it, you try the product yourself. You're almost designing a product that will work for you as well as for your customer. And because you are a customer, I mean, you're your ideal customer too.
Right.
You know what women are looking for.
Well, I made it out of my own need, and I figured there's got to be a lot of women out there that have the same issue.
Yes.
Look, I came out of my bedroom. I didn't want to be in a t-shirt or having to put on a bra in front of my family. I wanted to be able to walk around in something cute on vacation, just like everybody else who's wearing those little things that they're buying at Target. I mean, you're not buying this at Target. There's no way. So this is why I made it, and it gives me a boost. Now, for me, and I know, Tracy, you drive this home all the time, because fashion and clothing can change how you feel in an instant.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And who are my clients? Basically, women who have just, had babies, when your breasts are changing the most. I think the marketplace thinks really that because we're big on top, that we're automatically big on the bottom, and that's not the case.
That is definitely not the case. I work with a variety of women, and women are all different shapes and sizes. There's no perfect body, and there's no perfect size, and there's no one size of everything.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And that's when actually your breasts change the most, is when you're in perimenopause and menopause, which could be 15 years.
Okay.
So a lot of my clients are telling me that they've never had boobs before, and they just don't know what to do with them.
Yes.
And they want to feel supported, and you know what? They just want to feel pretty. And that's really why I made it.
Thanks, Fab Gals. I hope you have found these tips really, really useful, and that you're able to put them into action straight away. And thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing. It's just been so amazing to do a video with you.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So I'd love to hear in the comments below, put in the comments below, which tips did you find most useful? What was your greatest learning? And how better are you going to downsize your bust? And then also, Sandra, you mentioned you have something very special for my viewers.
I do. Your viewers are just fabulous, like
They
you.
are.
And I would love to extend a 20% discount.
Yeah! That's fantastic.
Which will include on your site.
Wonderful.
So please use it quickly because the colors are going quickly. We have black, gray, and the beautiful wine color that you had in your hand.
Oh, and also great for Christmas gifts, right?
Absolutely.
For those friends of yours that may want, fantastic. I'll put the details in the description below. Also, ladies, just to let you know that any of the clothing that I showed, I'll also put the description below, and some great polo necks that I think will work well for you. So spend some time in the description below, because I make it super easy for you to shop and look and feel fabulous. Thanks so much.
Oh, fun.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm giving her tongue-tied. I sometimes put the little like bloopers at the bottom.
Oh, bloopers.
It's quite fun. Like, oh my goodness. It just gives them a little bit of
Everybody loves bloopers.
oh, that's the thing. We're not also perfect. We're not also perfect.
Boobs, breasts. We could just do a blooper on every word of melons, girls.